Hi, my name is Simon Ceruzzi. I'm 18. In 10 years, I'm going to be 28, and by then, I'll be the youngest director ever to win an Oscar. My most recent film just got accepted into the All-American High School Film Festival. The All-American High School Film Festival is this film festival in New York City, which is supposedly the most prestigious and popular high school film festivals in the entire world. I believe it. I've seen some of the clips from it. It looks like it's pretty big. It's big enough to be in New York City and to have the films shown at the AMC Theater in Times Square. I've never seen a film festival do the announcements like an Instagram Live.
The sound of the universe. Simon.
Anything to say?
I first found out about the festival in August of 2023 when Wesley Wong's film Nothing Except Everything was released.
Quick, think of number 1 to 10.
It was just this insane film that a high schooler had made, and if you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. Seeing that somebody my age could make a film so impressive, it gave me a lot of hope and a lot of inspiration to really push myself and see what I could do. So I made The Sound of the Universe. I am really proud of it, and I definitely think you guys should check it out. My film would never have been accepted into this festival if I hadn't failed and been rejected from countless festivals prior. One of the biggest things about achieving success is failing first. And the people that are able to push through the failure and the people that are able to use it as motivation to create more, do better, those are the people that end up being really successful. The most useful trait that you can have is humility. After I made my first short film, A Complete Guide to Being You, and it won an award at Film Prize Junior New Mexico, I was riding so high. I had this idea in my mind that I was now the greatest filmmaker of all time. So from there, I wrote a 28-page screenplay, which eventually failed and became nothing, and that's unsurprising. Going from 6 or 7 pages, my first film, to 28 pages, like 3 main characters who each had to be built out, a giant party scene. It was destined to fail. And we shot the first scene. It was really terrible. It was this cooking scene. And action.
I need to have my hand over it.
Okay. And then we shot this party scene. I mean, just the most spectacular failure you could have ever seen as a filmmaker. It was actually almost impressive how poorly it went. Me as a director thinking that I could take on all of these responsibilities by myself. It's just not possible. You have to let go of that preconception, especially young filmmakers. Somehow you, by yourself, will be able to do all of this. It's not possible. You might write a screenplay by yourself, but you'll never do any of the other filmmaking processes by yourself, and you shouldn't write a screenplay by yourself either. You have to be ready to fail, and you have to be ready to learn, and in order to learn, you have to be humble enough to accept that you don't know. You have to be humble enough to know that you don't know. That's a hard barrier to cross as a young filmmaker. My goal is to be the youngest director ever to win an Oscar, and I mean that. At first glance, that seems like it might be a sort of naive goal. Beneath all of it, there are layers of planning and ideas and motivations, especially determination to learn. I don't want to be the youngest director ever to win an Oscar because I think I'm some special filmmaker or some one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-lifetime filmmaker. I know that I can be the youngest director to win an Oscar because I believe in myself. And along with that belief comes the knowledge that I have to be willing to learn. I have to be willing to grow, and I have to be willing to change. Because if I was still stubborn enough to think that I could do all of this by myself, I would never be the youngest director to win an Oscar. I mean, I have so many people supporting me, people that were there at the beginning. Some of you guys who might be watching this video, you might be hopping on the train now, and I'm incredibly grateful for all of the support that I receive from everyone, no matter when I started being supported. As a filmmaker, you always have to listen. You always have to be willing to listen to somebody's ideas, and you always have to look out for the people that are below you. In my opinion, there really is nobody that's below another person in the film industry. But for instance, as a director, I still listen to my production assistants if they have ideas. Just because their title is production assistant doesn't mean that their ideas are any less valid or useful than mine are. In other news, in my life in filmmaking news, we're going to go into production on a short horror comedy in about a week, and I'm going to get the behind the scenes for that so that you guys can actually see what it looks like as a young filmmaker, as a young director. I will leave y'all with a little special gift at the end of this one, but keep believing in yourself. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's hard to get a job. It's hard to make friends. It's hard. They don't really hire me anywhere. They don't hire my kind. Is what they say. I'll scare the customer. I don't know.
They call you big.
You know, and I get made fun of all the time, and it's just. I mean,
I can't own you. You're
did
not
this
my
to me.
slave.
You did this to me. You did this to me. You hired this guy. You hired this fucking guy to film with a camera. You hired this fucking guy to film with a camera.
So, I
You are
grew him from a piece of
You
concrete.
grew him?
Yes. And cicada legs. And cockroach eyes. Yeah.
Used to go there with my dad all the time. He died. He passed away when I was 13. That's when I fell in the vat of concrete. She sprinkled the cicada legs in. Just eating is hard sometimes because it gets in the way. Just gotta make sure the underside of it stays clean because it'll get infected if it doesn't.
I think blue razzmatazz.
Okay, $2?
I'll give you $1.
$2?
$1.
$1.50?
Okay, one and
192.
30 cents. 1.30 cents.
$1.92.
1.30 cents.
160. 160.
It's too high. Highest I can do is 1.30 cents.
Why?
It's not.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's not the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
He's only saying that because he lost money. I own you. No, this is my creature. This is my creature.
I'm fighting my urges.
Sometimes he gets a little aggressive, but you know, a couple spanks and you got him.
Gender is a concept. Hagerlard sees no gender.
You know why?
Yeah, it's, you know, at the end of the day,
It's all me, bro.
yeah, and it's really, you know, it's a good partnership here.
Yeah.